Text Chapter 91 Awkward Moment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this critical moment, a roaring voice came out of Li Tian's mouth. Asshole, stop it. Along with his roaring voice, his steps were so fast that he rushed towards the clump of hair at an almost surprising speed. Even Li Tian himself couldn't believe the weird steps. In desperation, he suddenly used the weird steps he had practiced from the old book in his mind this morning, and he quickly grabbed at the same time. Of course, the grabbing move is also a move in the broken book. He grabbed it tightly on the hairy wrist. The whole hand suddenly stopped at the two sides next to Xia Shui's pretty face. Then I felt a fierce force coming from the opponent's arm, and a bone-breaking pain came from Li Tian's hand. Come, as soon as he grabbed the hair, he screamed in pain, and the other fist instinctively hit Li Tian. Li Tian saw the fist coming, and his other free left hand also reached out strangely, grabbing the pulse of the hair tightly, and the huge force coming from the body followed the pulse of the hair. The arms came all over the body. With a bang, Li Tian moved his hands away, and a handful of hair flew out due to the unwarranted force. With a click, his body hit a wooden table, and the hard wooden table was smashed into pieces. Look at that clinch of hair, the whole person screams hysterically, and look at his two arms that were tightly held by Li Tian just now. Oh my God, there are black and blue claw marks on both arms. If it weren't for someone who saw it with his own eyes must have thought that he was captured by the evil spirits of Abi Hell. At the same time, his two arms seemed to be useless, unable to lift them up at all. As for Li Tian here, even he couldn't believe that his hands had become so fierce after he grabbed the hair and flew away. The power of the grabbing move shocked him inwardly. Li Tian stared at his hands with wide eyes, feeling indescribable surprise and excitement in his heart. On the other hand, Xia Shui next to her also blinked her beautiful eyes and looked at Li Tian in disbelief. To be honest, Xia Shui had seen a lot of fights in places like District 9, and had seen Shen Feng punching people, but she had never seen such a strong force as Li Tian. Xia Shui was almost dumbfounded by the weird and fast pace and the two grabbing moves by Li Tian just now. Looking at Li Tian with a pair of beautiful eyes wide open, the boy over there was stunned when he saw a handful of hair being beaten and flying out. Brother! Two of the younger brothers quickly ran over to help the hair in front of them. The fistful of hair screamed in agony, "Don't move, don't fucking touch me, it's broken, my arm is broken." The fistful of hair in front of him screamed in agony. When the younger brother saw his elder brother being beaten, he picked up the stool on the ground and threw it at Li Tian. Li Tian was still in a daze. To be honest, Li Tian, who had not fully reacted to his claws, was about to be hit by the stool. Careful! Xia Shui, who was standing next to Li Tian, quickly exclaimed. At the same time, he reached out to grab Li Tian, but he did not expect that after Li Tian suddenly woke up, his footsteps suddenly moved, and he took fast and strange steps. With a click, the stool hit the cold floor. It did not hit Li Tian, but Li Tian couldn't let the bastard go. He punched out with a clenched fist. This punch was fast enough, hard enough, and awkward enough at the same time, because the angle of his punch is completely different from the way ordinary people punch. Li Tian, who was using his fist for the first time, used the energy accumulated in his body to punch out, and when he punched out, the younger brother was completely blown away. A mouthful of blood spurted out from his mouth. He fell heavily to the ground with a thud, and fainted immediately. The two young men who wanted to rush forward were completely frightened. I didn't dare to get on the stool and the beer bottle in my hand. Let's go quickly. You wait, you fucking wait, our knife will never stop with you. The two shouting brothers didn't have the confidence to speak, so they helped up the screaming boss, and the other fainting brother hurriedly escaped from Xia Shui's small restaurant in front of them. After they left again, Xia Shui finally breathed a sigh of relief. Are you okay? Xia Shui blinked her beautiful eyes and stared at Li Tian, who was dumbfounded in front of her. Li Tian stared at his tightly clenched fists, his blood still boiling in his heart. Hearing Xia Shui's sweet voice, he quickly loosened his fists, turned around and said, "No, it's okay. How can you be so good at fighting? Didn't you just say you don't know martial arts?" Xia Shui looked at Li Tianwen in disbelief. You know, Li Tian was still saying that he couldn't box just now, but what about now? One move every second, can this damn lie be said like this? Li Tian smiled bitterly and looked at his hands with a bitter expression, giggle. Suddenly Xia Shui smiled charmingly, and this smile revealed all kinds of charm and charm. Thank you. Xia Shui covered her cherry-red lips and said to Li Tian. The sound of Roland exhaling softly reached Li Tian's ears and almost made him feel numb all over. Xia Shui walked to the side with a smile, but she didn't expect that she would step on the leg of the stool that was smashed just now. With an oops, she was about to fall down. Li Tian immediately jumped over and instinctively stretched out one hand to wrap his arms around the waist of Xia Shui, who was about to fall to the ground. Xia Shui, who was half lying in Li Tian's arms, suddenly turned extremely red. Her slender waist was supported by one of Li Tian's hands. In addition, due to excessive excitement, the mature woman was erect, stretched out, and her breasts were stretched fiercely. Respite. Li Tian glanced at it accidentally. It was so big and white. Look away quickly. No, you didn't fall, did you? Li Tian said, holding Xia Shui in his arms. Xia Shui's face was flushed, and her whole face looked like a peach, about to squeeze out water, and she said, I'm not, I'm fine. And Li Tian was also dumbfounded. He paused for a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, just holding her arms around her for more than 10 seconds. Let go. Xia Shui said shyly when she saw Li Tianhong standing there with a faint face. Isn't she still the fierce mature woman she was when she first met Xia Shui? Just like a little woman, Li Tian also blushed with embarrassment, and quickly put his arms around Xia Shui's waist and helped her up. At the same time, as if being electrocuted, his hands quickly retracted, and his heart was pounding. The palms of the hands that had touched Xia Shui Xiaoman's waist were now covered with sweat. Text Chapter 92 West of the City. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Embarrassment, shared embarrassment. The two of them were silent there, without saying a word. In the empty small restaurant, Li Tian and Xia Shui didn't know what to say. In the end, it was Li Tian who broke this embarrassing situation. Just now, what is the origin of the knife that those gangsters were talking about? Li Tian asked. Xia Shui also returned to his previous appearance and said the Little Knife Club is a gang composed of Southerners. Most of them are homeless people and gangsters. These gangsters often bully these little gangsters in this area. There are also some honest people like stalls in restaurants, so they can collect some protection fees. So that's it. Li Tian said. Xia Shui turned around and walked to the counter, blinking her beautiful eyes and looking at Li Tian who had his back turned to her, with a strange light shining in his eyes. Sister Shui. Li Tian turned his head. As soon as she turned her head, Xia Shui immediately turned her beautiful eyes elsewhere and said, What? Li Tian didn't see Xia Shui's face turn red for a moment, and asked slowly, Will Shenfeng really go to black market boxing at night? Of course, he has already promised. Xia Shuidao said. Li Tian frowned. To be honest, he was a little worried about Shenfeng. After all, Shenfeng was a pretty good guy. Although he was a bit messy, he was still pretty good to him. Li Tian didn't know how capable Shenfeng was. Hearing Xia Shui say that the black market boxing was cruel and bloody, he couldn't help but worry about Shenfeng. Aren't you going to accompany Shenfeng tonight? Xia Shui blinked at Li Tian and said. Li Tian was stunned. Yes, he happened to have nothing to do, so he went with Shenfeng. It would be nice to have someone to take care of him then. After thinking of this, Li Tian quickly said, Yes, I will go with him tonight. Well, that's good. I believe that with you here, Shenfeng will be fine. Xia Shui looked at Li Tian and said. After Li Tian's amazing move just now, Xia Shui thought in her heart that Li Tian was a real master. But she knew that Li Tian was telling the truth. He really had never practiced boxing. Even if he had, it was only what he read in his book yesterday and this morning. Li Tian smiled awkwardly and was too embarrassed to tell Xia Shui. It's getting late. I'm going to see that guy. Li Tian said goodbye to Xia Shui. Xia Shui nodded. Li Tian walked out immediately. After Li Tian walked out, Xia Shui's beautiful eyes were still staring at the door where Li Tian disappeared. It's like looking at a lover. no one knows what is going on in this woman's heart, and no one knows how a stunning beauty like her could be wrong to open a small restaurant here, and she's the only one." After Li Tian walked out, he quickly returned to Shen Feng's small hut. Inside the room, Shen Feng was playing with his boxing gloves. "I'll go with you tonight." After Li Tian walked in, he looked at Shen Feng and said suddenly. Hearing what Li Tian said in front of him, Shen Feng was stunned for a moment, and then he laughed all of a sudden. "Why are you laughing?" Li Tian Dao said. Shen Feng Dao said, "What are you going to do?" "That place is quite messy, brother, there is nothing interesting." "It's okay, I don't mind." Li Tian Dao said. Shen Feng turned to Li Tian, "Do you really want to watch me boxing?" There was a serious expression in his voice. Li Tian nodded, "Yes." "Okay, then you have to listen to me." Shen Feng Dao said. "Do not worry." "Okay, I'll take you there tonight." In this way, Shen Feng decided to take Li Tian to the black market boxing match tonight. The sky quickly darkened, the two casually had something to eat at Xia Shui's small restaurant. Xia Shui watched them finish eating before finally telling Shen Feng and the others, "Be careful." Shen Feng chuckled and said, "Sister Shui, don't worry, it's not like you don't know what I'm capable of." Xia Shui curled her lips, Your ability is probably not as good as his." As he spoke, he looked at Li Tian with beautiful eyes. Shen Feng burst out laughing. "Sister Shui, stop joking, my brother doesn't know how to play with this thing." While talking to Shen Feng, he raised his strong fists, put on a very awesome pose, and said with a smile, "Sister Shui, wait for my triumphant return." After saying that, he took Li Tian and walked outside. Xia Shui didn't say much. After Shen Feng brought Li Tian out, Li Tian asked Shen Feng, "Where is the black market boxing place?" Shen Feng smiled, "West of the city." Two simple words came out of his mouth, "West of the city." Of course Li Tian didn't know where the west of the city was. The west of the city, to put it bluntly, is the Xiqing district of Kyoto City, but Xiqing district has been demolished. In the past few years, the government has been saying that Xiqing district has undergone thorough planning, so basically all the houses there have been demolished, and the residents have also been demolished. Moved away from that place, but unfortunately, the crackdown happened that year, and evidence of corruption of the mayor of Kyoto City was caught. So the mayor of Kyoto City was sent to jail, and Xiqing district was demolished and built. Things have never been implemented, although most of the current west part of the city has been demolished, not a single building or house has been built, and it has become the most desolate corner of Kyoto. The place where Shen Feng and the others engage in black market boxing is in the west of the city. When Shen Feng took Li Tian to the interface, Shen Feng asked Li Tian to wait here for a while. Then he went to the public phone next to him to make a call, and soon came over again. "Someone will pick us up later," Shen Feng said to Li Tian. "Is he the fat man this morning?" Li Tian asked. "Yeah." Shen Feng nodded. Li Tian didn't say much. After a while, he saw a black Santana driving towards this side. They drove towards Li Tian and Shen Feng, and when they arrived, the car stopped. A man with a pair of mouse eyes walked out. This guy is the younger brother who drove with the fat guy in the morning. His name is Paparazzi Chang. After Paparazzi Chang drove over, he glanced at Shen Feng and Li Tian. Finally, his eyes stopped on Li Tian's face. "Who is he?" "My brother," Shen Feng Dao said. "He's going too?" The paparazzi asked forcefully. Shen Feng nodded, "Yes." The paparazzi glanced at Li Tian with his rat eyes, without saying much, and then said to Shen Feng, "Brother Fatty, we're already at the place, let's go." After saying that, he got into the car, and Shen Feng and Li Tian also got in. Text Chapter 93 Black Market Boxing Match. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The car hummed and started, then quickly drove towards the street. The one in the middle, Shen Feng, remained silent. Li Tian also focused his eyes outside the car window, looking at the passing scenery along the road, but he was thinking in his heart, what is a black market boxing match like? To be honest, he was quite curious. After the car reached the highway, it picked up speed and sped forward like flying. In the car where he was silent without saying a word, the paparazzi who was driving suddenly said, "Shen Feng, Brother Fat asked me to tell you something. What's the matter? Shenfeng turned his head and looked at Paparazzi Chang. Paparazzi Chang said while driving the car, tonight's boxer is from another province. I heard he is quite ruthless and his men have lost their lives, so Brother Fat asked me to be careful tonight. Shenfeng smiled faintly, don't worry. Shenfeng didn't seem to care at all. The paparazzi continued, the stakes are relatively high tonight, and I heard that Master Feng will come here tonight, so we must win this game. Master Feng. There must be very few people in the 9th district, and even in the underground world of Kyoto City, who do not know the name of Master Feng. There are many legends about Feng Yi. Some people say that he is the leader of the underground world. Others say that most of the wealthy people in Kyoto City were buried alive because of Feng Yi. Of course these are all rumors, but everyone knows that Master Feng is very rich and powerful. The 9th district is a chaotic and prosperous place, but Feng Yi owns 3 high-end nightclubs, a bar, and several underground casinos in the 9th district. A powerful man who can own so many industries in a place like the 9th district, with even if you think about it, you can know what kind of awesome person he is. After the paparazzi mentioned Master Feng's name, even Shenfeng was slightly startled. But Li Tian was wondering, who is Master Feng? That the paparazzi in front suddenly threw a pair of brand new boxing gloves toward Shenfeng from the seat next to the car. Shenfeng was stunned and reached out to take it. After taking it, his expression suddenly changed, because he could feel that this glove was a tampered glove, and it was incomparable in weight to the glove he usually wore. It was too heavy. Yes, the pair of gloves that the paparazzi forced on Shenfeng were gloves stuffed with steel grit. If such a pair of gloves stuffed with steel grit were to hit someone with one punch, they would not be able to directly punch the person. Break it? Especially for a boxer who trains all day long. The purpose of Paparazzi Chang is of course very simple, to let Shenfeng cheat tonight. This glove was specially prepared for you by Fat Brother. Fat Brother also told me that it is best to kill that bastard on the field tonight and let that bastard from other provinces know how powerful our underground boxers in Kyoto City are. The paparazzi said with a strong look on his face. With a cute smile, he turned his head and said to Shenfeng. Shenfeng's expression changed immediately. With a bang, he threw the tampered glove forward. Go back and tell Brother Fatty that although I do black market boxing, I at least rely on my own pair of fists to fight. Want to win a boxing match with such crooked means? Tell you, I won't do it. Shenfeng said angrily. After Shenfeng said it all at once, the paparazzi was stunned. What do you mean? The paparazzi asked with a cold face. What do you mean? I say it again, no fake punches. Do you understand? If Brother Fat wants to fake punches, let him hire another boxer. I won't follow him anymore. Shenfeng Dao said. After Shenfeng said this, the paparazzi had an ugly look on his face, but he didn't say a word. I cursed secretly in my heart, damn, you're a show-off. Let's see how you are beaten tonight. After this incident along the way, they stopped talking. Shenfeng had a cold face all the time. Although he was a boxer who competed in black market boxing matches, he was not capable of using such crooked methods to win, and Li Tian roughly understood what it meant. It seemed that the bastard called Fat Man wanted Shenfeng to do fake punches, but it was a pity that Shenfeng did not agree. The car quickly drove towards the dark western suburbs of the city. The sky has turned completely dark. Looking back at the dimly lit Kyoto City, I can't help but feel a sense of prosperity, but what about the direction to the west of the city? But a cruel and bloody war is about to take place. Paparazzi Chang drove the car towards the western suburbs of the city in a familiar manner. This area was indeed deserted. Except for the occasional car, there was nothing else. As far as the eye could see, the buildings that had been demolished were standing there coldly. The road sections it was also extremely bumpy. Just when Li Tian was still wondering about the place for the black market boxing match, he suddenly saw lights on in an abandoned old factory in front of him. Looking carefully, I saw a row of cars parked at the entrance of the old factory, and they were all awesome luxury cars. Audi and Mercedes-Benz look so ordinary here. There were 2 strong men standing at the door of the factory, one with a height of 180 centimeters, one on the left and one on the right. They both had shaved heads and were wearing black suits. They looked eye-catching and fierce. If you often come to a place like Qingxi where there are black market boxing matches, you will definitely be able to tell that these two people are in the role of gatekeepers. The paparazzi in front of him drove his car quickly towards their side. Li Tian blinked and looked at the abandoned factory, thinking to himself, could this be a place for black market boxing matches? While he was wondering, the car stopped at the door with a hiss. After the car stopped, the paparazzi Chang opened the car door, and Shen Feng and Li Tian also walked out. Brother, follow me and don't talk nonsense. Shen Feng whispered to Li Tiandao. Li Tian nodded slowly. The paparazzi Chang was already walking towards the tightly closed abandoned factory building. After whispering a few words to the two strong men guarding the door, the two strong men nodded slightly and turned their eyes coldly, focusing on Li Tian. Is this his first time here? One of the strong men said with a rough voice and stared at Li Tiandao with fierce eyes. Shen Fengdao in front of him said, well, he is my brother. The eyes of the two strong men scanned Li Tian's body. Don't bring strangers here in the future. After the two strong men uttered a cold word, they slowly opened the door of the abandoned factory. It turns out that most of the people who came to this place were acquaintances. After all, in a place like a black market boxing match, although the government said they would turn a blind eye, they couldn't go too far. Text Chapter 94 Black Shark. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. As the door of the abandoned factory opened, a strange smell rushed out from inside, and standing at the door, you can hear the crazy shouting inside. Li Tian in front of him was puzzled, but without saying a word, he followed Shen Feng and paparazzi Chang and walked forward. Walking inside, I found that this place was really big. Although it was abandoned, it was brightly lit. There was a long passage in front of it, and the shouting voice came from the front. Paparazzi Chang led the way and quickly passed through the passage. As Li Tian got closer and closer to the passage, he could hear the harsh shouts, which were filled with madness and blood. This can't help but shock Li Tian, who came here for the first time. However, Shen Feng and paparazzi Chang had expressionless faces, as if they were already accustomed to such scenes. Taking a closer look, Li Tian was completely shocked. Oh my God, what a scene! When I blinked, I saw that there were not hundreds of people shouting and shouting there. Among these crowds, there were well-dressed men and beautiful women with crazy expressions. After taking off their suits during the day, they came here and began to reveal their original nature. It was filled with the smell of alcohol and blood. Shout and cheer. Take a closer look at the place in front of you, which is surrounded by barbed wire and covers an area of about 70 to 80 square meters. It is an arena. There is a burly giant man above, with a ferocious face, and the muscle curves exposed from the side of the body are scary to look at. The tattoo of a shark on his arm is even more powerful, and beads of sweat are flowing down his naked body. Wearing a pair of big red pants, he punched another boxer on the stage who was far behind him in the face. Punch. Blood flew out of the other boxer's mouth. There were also crazy screams from the audience. These people seemed to like violence and bloody scenes, and seeing such scenes seemed to excite them. The boxer was hit on the head by a heavy punch and fell to the ground with a thud, but the strong man had no intention of giving up. He suddenly roared, and like a gorilla, he suddenly lifted up the bloody man in front of him with two extremely strong arms. Such an exciting scene once again made the whole audience crazy and puzzled. With a bang, the lifted boxer was thrown alive by the fierce man under the ring, causing an uproar, dead or alive. No one knows. No one in the audience paid attention to whether the boxer was killed or not. They just cheered and shouted for the strong man who won another round. There were only two dejected guys, carrying the boxer who was not sure whether he had been beaten to death or not, and carried him outside neatly. Looking at such a horrifying scene, Li Tian was completely stunned. Oh my God, is there a boxing show here or there? Total killing. Extremely bloody killings. Standing next to him, Shen Feng stared coldly at the macho man on the stage with a shark tattoo on his arm, and couldn't help clenching his fists. The black shark is indeed a black shark. The paparazzi next to him said with admiration as he looked at the giant man standing on the stage. Black Shark. Maybe this name is so unfamiliar to Li Tian, but for those who like black market boxing, the name of this black shark is the title of king. because of his undefeated record of 30 games and his dominance of beating people to death in the ring for 5 consecutive games. No one can shake him to this day. He is the king of black market boxing matches. It is also the hottest spot for black market boxing matches. Here, it wouldn't be so lively without Black Shark. I don't know how many boxers fall to the Black Shark's punch every day. Whether they are dead or disabled, no one cares about them anymore. There is no way, who makes Black Shark not only a king boxer, but also his backstage is Master Fong. Fong Yi of District 9, so until now, Black Shark is the king of black market boxing. Let's go see Brother Fat. The paparazzi in front glanced enviously at the Black Shark on the stage, and then led Shen Fong and Li Tian towards the front. Li Tian was also shocked, but he still walked forward, in the front box with a sweeping view of the entire venue. I saw that the person sitting inside was just a fat guy, right? With his bloated figure, there was already another charming woman cuddling in front of him. There are 2 small fruit plates sitting next to them. Brother Fei, we're here. Paparazzi Chang had already reached the door of the box. The fat man pushed away the charming woman beside him and looked at Shen Fong, who walked in with a smile on his face. When his eyes fell on Li Tian next to Shen Fong, he frowned slightly. What does this kid do? The fat man suddenly looked at Li Tian and asked. He is my brother. He wanted to come over today, so I brought him over. Shen Fong Dao said. The fat man narrowed his eyes and glanced at Li Tian. He didn't say much, his eyes were focused on Shen Feng's face, and he smiled. Are you ready? Ready. Huh, the fat guy laughed. That's good. The next match is ours. We must let those bastard boxers from other provinces see how good we are. The fat man laughed and said. Paparazzi Chang suddenly walked forward, bent down and whispered a few words in the fat guy's ear. Fat brother, this kid doesn't use our gloves, and he says he doesn't use fake punches. What should I do? After listening to this, the fat man's smiling face slowly turned cold. Is it? He raised his eyes and looked coldly at Shen Fong in front of him. Shen Fong, are you sure you can win today? The fat man suddenly asked. Shen Fong suddenly said, you will know when the time comes. Okay. I appreciate a decisive person like you. I hope you won't disappoint me in this boxing match, otherwise I will lose a lot of money and lose face. The fat man said every word with a ferocious face. Shen Fong didn't say a word. Then the fat man stood up, hugged the charming woman beside him and walked out of the box, followed by Shen Fong and Li Tian. As soon as I walked out, I saw a large group of people walking in front of me. Text Chapter 95 Competition for Hegemony. You are listening at novelfull.audio. That group of people looked like big shots. You can really see it from the large group of boys following behind. The leader was a man wearing a tang suit, with a very different temperament. At first glance, he looked like a one-in-a-million hero, with a pair of lustful eyes. Walking in front, next to him is a burly and strong man. The man has a very cold face, so cold that you can't tell he has the slightest expression. He is like a stone sealed in the snowy mountains. His straight and tall figure symbolizes his strength. The cheekbones are particularly prominent. If an expert looks at such a person, he will know that it is best not to mess with such a person. However, he was indeed not very talkative and followed closely behind the man in tang suit, never leaving. After Fatty and the others came out, they saw a large group of people coming towards them. Master Fong. The fat man who had just walked out saw the man in tang suit walking towards him at a glance, and immediately greeted him with a flattering smile in his voice. Li Tian, who was following behind him, stared at the man in tang suit with his eyes open. The feeling I gave him at first glance, domineering. He is truly worthy of being a giant on the road in the 9 districts. He is Master Fong, and everyone on the road calls him 5th Master Fong. Fong Wuye also caught sight of the fat man at this moment, and a faint smile appeared on his face. Fat man, the odds are quite high today. How are your people? Are you sure? The fat guy quickly smiled and said, don't worry, Mr. Do. No matter how courageous I am, I don't dare to disgrace our Kyoto city. A boxer from other provinces comes to our place, and he still wants to make money. Wait for them. The 5th Master Fong smiled. Yes, not bad. Is that your person? Master Feng suddenly turned around and looked at Shen Feng and Li Tian and asked. The fat man quickly stretched out a pair of fat hands, pointed at Shen Feng in front of him and said, "This kid is." Feng Wuye looked at Shen Feng and nodded meaningfully. "Fat man, look over there." As Feng Wuye said, he stretched out a hand with a gold ring on it and pointed towards the back. When he pointed over, Fatty and Shen Feng saw a group of people standing there. Among the group of people were several men in suits, and in the middle there was a naked boxer with strong muscles exposed all over his body. The muscles on his body were condensed one by one, and they were full of explosive muscles. At a glance, that guy is definitely not someone to be trifled with. He has a pair of wolf-like eyes, cold and scary. There is no doubt that this group of people are from other provinces, and that boxer is the boxer Shen Feng is about to fight. Is it them? The fat man asked, looking over there in surprise. Feng Wuye smiled. The opponent's boxer's name is Ali. He is a Thai guy. His boxing skills are vicious and spicy. I once heard someone say that the Thai guy used to be a professional boxer in Thailand, but because his boxing skills were too harsh, he killed many people in professional matches, so he refused to let him go. I was beaten, and then I came to China for some unknown reason. I heard that several boxers were killed on the spot in other provinces, and the methods were extremely violent. Hearing these words made the fat man feel chilled in his heart. Are you scared? Feng Wuye looked at the fat man's pale face and suddenly laughed. The fat man smiled awkwardly. No, not afraid. Master Feng ignored the fat man and turned to look at Shen Feng. And you? Shen Feng clenched his fists tightly. I'm afraid he won't dare to hit me. A sentence came out coldly from Shen Feng's mouth. Good boy, you have courage. I'm not leaving today. I want to see how you beat that Thai guy down. Feng Wuye, who was about to leave, suddenly said with a smile. Master Feng. The man who had been like a piece of wood behind him heard Master Feng saying that he wouldn't leave. He shouted in a low voice as if something had reminded Master Feng. His voice was dull and powerful. However, Master Feng Wu reached out to stop him. The man then stopped saying a word, took a step back, and stood dumbly behind Master Feng Wu. Let's go, it's about to start. Feng Wuye said, turning around and walking towards the front. The fat guy behind him followed silently with an awkward smile. He was worried now that Shen Feng wouldn't be able to beat him today and he would lose money. And what about Shen Feng? Since entering the arena, he has been maintaining his best physical condition. Li Tian behind him finally understood something. It seems that the most awesome person in this place is Feng Wuye, not just because Feng Wuye owns the king of black market boxing matches, Black Shark. What's more, this black market boxing match was planned and prepared by Master Feng Wu. The reason why Master Feng Wu didn't leave today was simply because he wanted to see a bloody game. The person on the other side who came from other provinces obviously came well prepared. The person he brought was a Thai boxer. As we all know, Muay Thai boxers are fierce and poisonous. Muay Thai boxing has always been a very brave boxing method on the field. I really don't know what Shen Feng is like today. What will happen to Ali to that Muay Thai fighter? Although Li Tian was a little worried, he still followed step by step. The audience took a break for about 15 minutes after Black Shark defeated a boxer just now. Those rich people who had just seen the excitement couldn't wait to start the second bloody game now. They were urging and shouting, and the underground gambling over there had already started placing bets. In the second game, there is no doubt that Shen Feng will face Ali, a Muay Thai fighter from other provinces. Shen Feng entered a special small room because he needed to change clothes. Before leaving, Li Tian said to Shen Feng, "Be careful." Shen Feng smiled and patted Li Tian on the shoulder. "Brother, don't worry." As he spoke, he smiled and went to the changing room inside to change clothes. Li Tian walked towards the arena here. He glanced at the Muay Thai fighter Ali over there. The Muay Thai fighter was making weird boxing gestures, with his legs raised and two fists on the left and right in front of his head, revealing a pair of cold hands. Wolf eyes. There were several men in suits standing next to the Muay Thai boxers. It looked like they were powerful people from other provinces. Clang. As soon as the bell rang, the originally lively place suddenly fell silent. A balding man wearing glasses walked out from the ring surrounded by barbed wire, holding a microphone and saying with a smile, "Bosses and beauties, the second round of the Black Market Boxing Championship tonight is about to begin." When these words were spoken, more than 100 wealthy people in the audience screamed like crazy. Text Chapter 96 Heavy Sword Without Edge. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Today's boxing match is a special boxing match. One of the participants is a Thai boxer from other provinces. He has beaten boxers to death in professional matches, but he cannot be a professional boxer, so he fights in black market boxing matches. Now we have invite this Thai boxer, Ali. After the guy's words came out, Ali walked up to the ring vigorously. There was an enthusiastic call from the audience. Invite another boxer from us. He is Shenfeng, who has won 6 games in black market boxing matches. After Shenfeng's name was uttered, there were calls from the audience. Li Tian, on the other hand, looked at Shenfeng, who was naked and wearing only a pair of big blue shorts, walking towards the ring wearing a pair of boxing gloves. The naked Shenfeng looked domineering and mighty, jumping onto the ring with great skill. Li Tian was surprised. It turned out that Shenfeng had won 6 games here. After entering the ring, Shenfeng glanced at Li Tian with a smile, pointed at himself, and shook his head to show that he didn't want Li Tian to worry. Li Tian smiled slightly. After the 2 boxers came to the stage, the host said, "The competition will begin now. Bosses and beauties, pick up the banknotes in your hands and start escorting people. Those wealthy spectators come here not only to watch bloody games, but also to gamble." It is said that the funds flowing underground in black market boxing matches every night exceed 10 million. You can imagine how rich these people must be. After entering the ring, Shenfeng kept staring coldly at the Muay Thai fighter in front of him, and the Muay Thai fighter also stared at Shenfeng with his ferocious wolf-like eyes. The 2 people were about to fight each other to death. The Muay Thai boxer had a dark complexion and looked like a strong wolf, but Shenfeng was not so afraid. "Everyone, the boxing match is about to begin. Let us count down by 5 words. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start." As the sound rang out, the crazy spectators in the audience began to shout. I saw Shenfeng on the stage, his fists clenched tightly, facing the Muay Thai boxer, and the Muay Thai boxer Ali also stared at Shenfeng with cold eyes. Feng Wuya, who was sitting in the highest position in the stands, was smoking a cigar and looking at the ring, squinting as if watching a good show. The fat guy over there looked at Shenfeng with worried eyes. He bet a lot of money tonight, and the odds are quite high. If he loses, it will be troublesome, so now he's still quite worried. With a crisp sound of clang came out, then the 2 men began to confront each other in the ring. Shenfeng's standard boxer posture was to raise one hand to protect his head, while swinging the other fist left and right to gain an opportunity to attack. At the same time, the steps under his feet moved quickly. The Muay Thai fighter Ali uses a standard Muay Thai style, with one strong fist forward and the other leg's knee raised high. Bang! The Muay Thai fighter was the first to strike. A fierce and domineering whirlwind kick hit Shenfeng head-on. Shenfeng did not dare to be careless and quickly dodged. Ali's whirlwind kick did not hit Shenfeng, so he quickly retracted his legs and returned to defense. Warm cheers erupted from the audience. Li Tianza also blinked at Shenfeng. To be honest, he really didn't know how powerful Shenfeng was. Now he was worried about Shenfeng but also slightly curious. He wanted to know whether Shenfeng could beat him today. That guy can't. After the Muay Thai fighter's first whirlwind kick, Shenfeng started his offensive. He punched Ali head-on with a sharp punch. In the boxing world, few people in the boxing world receive such heavy punches directly, because they are very tiring. But what was unexpected was that the Muay Thai fighter did not dodge and punched directly on the Muay Thai fighter's arm. The Muay Thai fighter slammed Shenfeng's head with an elbow. I stepped back quickly, raised my right foot, and threw out a side whip kick. Although the Muay Thai fighter was brave, he had to retreat. After a round, neither of them dared to be careless about the other. Shenfeng was secretly shocked. This Thai guy was really strong. Muay Thai has always been famous in the world for its viciousness, iron hands, steel legs, elbow strikes, and strikes. It is called an 8-legged animal. Moreover, real Muay Thai fighters have been trained like steel since childhood. Their limbs can directly collide with wooden stakes. The body created in this way can of course withstand huge force. With a bang, the Muay Thai boxers began to attack fiercely. Ali's boxing skills were deadly and vicious, and every move seemed to want Shinfeng's life. He hit Shinfeng on the head with 5 to 6 punches in a row. Shinfeng was forced to retreat continuously by a series of fierce attacks, but he was not afraid. Seeing the opportunity, he suddenly raised his knee and hit Ali's abdomen. Ali retreated, and Shinfeng immediately kicked Ali directly with a flying kick. Chest, with a bang, Ali was kicked straight to the ground by Shinfeng. The audience immediately cheered, and Li Tian's tense heart slowly became lighter, and he couldn't help but secretly thought, Shinfeng is really amazing. But it was said that after the Muay Thai boxer Ali was kicked to the ground, he flipped up from the ground with a beautiful carp kick. He lightly patted the dust on his chest with his hand and sneered, as if nothing happened. High up in the stands, Feng Wuye, who was sitting there, squinted his eyes and suddenly asked, Meng Chong, who do you think will win? That the man named Meng Chong was the unmoving man standing next to Feng Wuye. He stood like a soldier. He stared at the two people on the field with a pair of cold eyes and slowly shook his head. It's not too bad now. Easy to talk about. Oh. You can't even see it. Feng Wuye seemed very surprised. Meng Chong looked at the field and said in a low voice, the boxer named Shinfeng has sharp boxing skills and flexible steps. He is a good boxer, but the other Muay Thai boxer is better than Shinfeng. His boxing skills are more ferocious. Although his moves are not as flexible as Shinfeng's, one of his punches is enough to equal 2 of Shinfeng's. So in this fight, I think the Muay Thai fighter will win. What kind of awesome person is Meng Chong who can see the weaknesses of 2 boxers at a glance? Meng Chong, this indifferent man who has always stood beside Feng Wuye, does not reveal his edge, like a hidden sword. If it is not revealed, it will shine brightly. As the saying goes, a heavy sword has no edge. Maybe this is what it means. Text Chapter 97 Win. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. When Master Feng heard what Meng Chong said, he smiled and said lightly, I am quite optimistic about the boy named Shinfeng. After saying that, he stopped saying a word, and the pair of Yin Shao eyes continued to focus on the ring. In the ring at this moment, Shinfeng and the Muay Thai boxer were fighting each other. Now they have basically understood each other's moves, and now they have begun a real fight. Shinfeng still has quite an advantage thanks to his flexible boxing skills. I saw him hit the left uppercut of the Muay Thai boxer on the left cheek, and the Muay Thai boxer instinctively dodged, but Shinfeng shook his fist, which turned out to be a fake move, and then hit the Muay Thai boxer on the head with a beautiful right fist. With a bang, Shinfeng punched the Muay Thai fighter on the head, causing the Muay Thai fighter to retreat after being hit. Shinfeng saw the opportunity, moved forward quickly, and landed 7 to 8 punches in a row. Punch to the flesh. Such an exciting scene made the whole audience excited. That series of fierce attacks suddenly forced the Muay Thai fighter into the corner. Even Li Tian in the audience couldn't help but be happy, secretly thinking, Shinfeng is really good at fighting. But just when everyone in the audience thought that Shinfeng's victory was determined, suddenly they saw the originally passive Muay Thai boxer, refusing to dodge, allowing Shinfeng's thunderous fist to hit him. And what about him? Then with cold eyes, he saw the opportunity, and poof! A fatal fist hit Shinfeng on the left cheek. Shinfeng was punched and fell to the ground with a thud, a mouthful of blood spilling out of his mouth. Obviously this heavy punch hit Shinfeng hard. Most of the cheers from the audience suddenly disappeared, and the crowd was stunned for a moment. Li Tian was also stunned. How could this happen? How could that Muay Thai fighter be so powerful and still have the strength to fight back after being beaten like that by Shinfeng? He knew that Shinfeng's series of attacks just now did not really hurt the Muay Thai boxer at all, and now the Muay Thai fighter is starting to really show off his power. Li Tian looked at the field worriedly, and at the same time glanced at the group of people from other provinces. Those guys in suits looked at the field with smiles on their faces, and Mr. Feng Wu in the stands could not help but frown slightly, but he said that Shinfeng was hit by a punch just now and fell to the ground. Now he was lying on the ground, his head was dizzy, and he couldn't help but the force of the punch was too heavy. Shinfeng tried his best to shake his head and slowly got up. The Muay Thai boxer hit Shinfeng's head with a knee, the fierce blow, if it really hit Shenfeng's head, would not directly hit Shenfeng to death. Shenfeng's body quickly dodged, and the Muay Thai boxer hit Shenfeng's waist with a fierce elbow. With a click, Shenfeng could hear the sound of his ribs being broken. Shenfeng endured the pain and threw out a punch. The Muay Thai boxer did not dare to retreat carelessly, and Shenfeng staggered to avoid the fatal blow. Although Shenfeng was standing there in front of him, his injuries were far more serious than that of the Muay Thai fighter. It seemed that the Muay Thai fighter's killing of the boxer was not a lie. Everyone in the audience was still shouting, and some of those who were betting on Shenfeng to win even cursed. He scolded Shenfeng and asked him to beat him. Li Tian in the audience also looked at Shenfeng worriedly, because he could also see that Shenfeng was becoming increasingly unable to hold on. Shenfeng, whose face was covered in blood, looked extremely embarrassed. After being forced back just now, the Muay Thai fighter rushed forward again and threw a pair of fists at Shenfeng. Shenfeng protected his head with both hands and tried his best to block. The fist hit his arm that was protecting his head, and Shenfeng just hit him passively. Bang Long hit Shenfeng on the chin with an uppercut and a punch. Shenfeng was knocked upside down and a mouthful of blood spattered. He fell to the ground miserably. Shenfeng! Li Tian screamed. The voice was suppressed by the ear-piercing scream. The fat guy over there turned extremely pale. What the hell, this bastard is definitely going to make me lose money this time. The paparazzi next to him was watching with a smile on his face, and he couldn't help scolding Shenfeng in his heart. You bastard, are you still pretending? I'll beat you to death. But it was said that after Shenfeng was knocked down again, it took more than 10 seconds to get up with difficulty. His face was bruised, the corners of his mouth were still swollen, and he looked exhausted. Seeing Shenfeng stand up again, the Muay Thai boxer had a murderous intent in his eyes. Turning his head and looking at the people from other provinces in the audience, the men in suits suddenly nodded coldly, signaling to kill Shenfeng on the field. So, Muay Thai started, collar and knee. The most famous killing move in Muay Thai. He raised his left supporting heel and rotated inward, twisted his body to the left, pushed off the ground with the sole of his left foot, turned his heel inward, twisted his body to the left, and coordinated, so that his right knee rushed forward and up, reaching the tip of the knee, and suddenly the whole body his knee hit Shenfeng's chest directly. The strength of this knee can be said to weigh more than 1,000 pounds. If Shenfeng was hit, he would definitely die on the ring. Amid everyone's screams, the Muay Thai boxer hit Shenfeng with his killer move. Shenfeng now looks helpless. With blood on his face, he looks dying, but just when everyone thought Shenfeng would really die in the ring, a strange scene suddenly happened. Shenfeng suddenly gritted his teeth and rushed towards the Muay Thai boxer like an arrow. The Muay Thai boxer originally thought that Shenfeng didn't have the strength to move, but he didn't expect that Shenfeng would rush towards him directly. With a loud bang, the neck and knee hit really hit Shenfeng's chest. Shenfeng's blood suddenly surged, and his face became deathly pale, but where were his hands? In an instant, he clasped his hands with a cross and twisted the Muay Thai boxer's head. With a bang, both people fell to the ground. Everyone in the audience was stunned. Even Feng Wuye was slightly stunned. When he looked carefully, he saw that Shenfeng's arm was tightly locked on the Muay Thai boxer's neck like an iron chain. The protruding arm strangled the Muay Thai fighter's throat. As long as Shenfeng exerted just a little force, the Muay Thai fighter's neck would be strangled alive by him. The Muay Thai fighter was strangled by the neck and struggled hard, but Shenfeng refused to let go. He gritted his teeth and used all his strength to strangle the Muay Thai fighter's throat. The Muay Thai fighter almost suffocated to death on the field, and suddenly one of his hands slammed on the ring. Give up. Yes, everyone who participates in black market boxing matches knows that such a move means losing, and they admit defeat. The people in the audience finally cheered when they saw the Muay Thai fighter admit defeat. And what about Shenfeng? Zay also slowly loosened the arm that was holding the Muay Thai boxer's throat, and climbed up from the ground with difficulty. Now he could be said to be dying. Standing there, he only felt a faint feeling under his feet, and his face was covered with blood. It looks ferocious and dazzling. Text Chapter 98 One Fatal Move. You are listening at novelfull.audio. And what about Li Tian? Then he shouted excitedly, Shenfeng finally won. The fat guy was even more happy. I damn well know that this guy Shenfeng is good. I won, I fucking won. He must have returned home with a full load today. The odds were extremely high and all he wanted was to win this game, but the paparazzi forced a smile on his face and said in his heart, how come this bastard wasn't beaten to death? That just when everyone was celebrating for Shenfeng, they did not expect that the Muay Thai boxer who was almost killed by Shenfeng just stood up from behind, with unwillingness and anger in his eyes, just like that. The Thai guy who had admitted defeat a step earlier attacked Shenfeng from behind, and his steel fist struck hard at Shenfeng, who had his back turned to him. Exclamations spread throughout the audience. Li Tian in the audience was also stunned. Shenfeng, be careful. The moment Li Tiandang saw the Thai guy taking action, his heart was shaken and he screamed hysterically, but Shenfeng, who was exhausted and defenseless, had time to block. The punch hit Shenfeng directly on the head. With a bang, Shenfeng was hit and fell off the ring. His body fell directly under the cold ring. Shenfeng fell under the ring as if he had been beaten to death, his face covered in blood. Li Tian ran over like crazy and helped Shenfeng up. Shenfeng, are you okay? Shenfeng, who looked like he wanted to die, spurted blood from his mouth. He blinked hard and looked at Li Tian, his mouth opened, but he could not speak. There were also exclamations and doubts in the audience. The fifth master Feng, who was sitting high on the stage, suddenly groaned and looked at the Muay Thai boxer with a cold murderous intent in his eyes. You bastard, you've given up and you dare to attack me again? Are you using my place as a playground? Feng Wuye was also angry. Meng Chong, who had been standing silently next to him, suddenly took a step forward. Fifth master, do you want me to kill that guy now? That when Meng Chong said these words, he didn't even blink, as if for him, killing the Muay Thai fighter was a matter of gesture. Just when Mr. Feng Wu was about to speak, suddenly a cry of surprise rang out from the audience. Then in the audience, a figure was seen, pointing at the Muay Thai boxer. Asshole, my brother spared your life, but you secretly killed. I will kill you with my own hands. As soon as this sound came out, seeing his figure, he suddenly jumped onto the ring. Who is he? Of course he was Li Tian, whose eyes were blood red with anger. Seeing his brother Shenfeng being beaten like that, Li Tian was of course furious, not to mention sparing the Muay Thai fighter's life. The whole audience was stunned for a moment. No one dared to speak, because everyone knows that after a boxer competes with another boxer, he is not allowed to challenge again. Will fighting is completely prohibited here, so everyone in the audience looked at Li Tian dumbfounded, but at this moment, Master Feng suddenly stood up from the top. Everyone, be quiet. Logically speaking, Shenfeng won today, but this Muay Thai fighter was the first to break the rules of the game, so the kid who comes up now wants to challenge the Muay Thai fighter. I think it's okay. If anyone is not convinced, you can come to me to argue with Feng Wu. When he said these words, Feng Wuye's lustful eyes glanced coldly at the audience, and the few men in suits from other provinces in the audience. Although a few men in suits had something to say, they didn't dare to say a word. There was no way that their world was not theirs in Kyoto City, so they couldn't do anything. The whole audience immediately fell into a crazy scene again. Another challenge, another bloody fight. Of course they liked it. The fat guy over there also looked at Li Tian dumbfounded. Is that guy Shenfeng's brother? He asked forcefully to the paparazzi. Paparazzi nodded depressedly. I guess so. On the field, I saw Li Tian clenching his fists tightly, his eyes blood red with anger, and boundless anger filled him, staring at the Muay Thai fighter. To be honest, the Muay Thai boxer didn't suffer much injury when he faced Shenfeng in the first fight. Even if he was injured, it wasn't very serious. At this moment, he saw another person coming up to challenge him. He looked at Li Tian with wolf-like eyes and said in awkward Mandarin, "Are you not afraid of death?" Li Tian did not answer him, but clenched a pair of angry fists tightly. "I'll help you." The Muay Thai boxer said again. After saying one sentence, the Muay Thai boxer suddenly raised his body, and launched a fatal blow towards Li Tian with countless ferocious force on his knees. This attack is a flying attack in Muay Thai. It is powerful and vicious. When this fatal blow hit Li Tian's nervousness when he stood on the ring for the first time suddenly disappeared, and then the movement technique to break this flying knee suddenly appeared in his mind, so he moved. His footsteps suddenly moved extremely fast and strangely. If you didn't see the light steps with your own eyes, it would be unbelievable. Before the people below the ring could see clearly, he suddenly moved in front of the Muay Thai fighter, then opened his 5 fingers, and the huge energy from his body was suddenly poured into his 5 fingers. Superior. Go to hell. A roar that shook the world roared out from Li Tian's mouth. He scratched the place with a bang. The whole audience was stunned. Everyone was stunned, the people from other provinces in the audience were stunned, the fat guy was stunned, the 5th Master Foam was stunned, even Meng Chong who was standing behind the 5th Master Foam was stunned, because Li Tian's fatal grasp passed through the 2 hands of the Muay Thai fighter, and he suddenly grabbed the Muay Thai fighter's throat from the middle position, fast, hard, and accurately. Li Tian grasped the 3 elements very well. There was a click, and Li Tian didn't even hesitate, clenching his fingers directly, and what about the Muay Thai fighter's throat? It was pinched instantly. The Muay Thai boxer's eyes were full of disbelief and astonishment. His head tilted, and his body fell to the ground like soft noodles. Died, 1 move. With just 1 move, Li Tian killed the Muay Thai fighter. Was that Muay Thai fighter too careless? Or is Li Tian's catching move too weird? No one thought about this issue anymore, and the whole place was so silent that you could hear a pin drop. No one spoke. Just when the body of the Muay Thai boxer fell to the ground, the whole crowd erupted in exclamations. The voice was filled with madness and disbelief, but it turned out that Li Tian killed the Muay Thai fighter with 1 move. Maybe even he himself couldn't believe that this was true, that he had killed someone. And he killed someone with his own hands. Li Tian, who was frightened, looked at his hands in disbelief and murmured, "I killed someone. Did I kill someone?" Maybe even he himself didn't feel that the grabbing move just now was so powerful, but the facts proved that his grabbing move was too fierce and overbearing. What a boy! Kill him with 1 move. Feng Wuye suddenly stood up from his seat in excitement and said. Meng Chong, who had been standing silently behind him, also frowned tightly, staring at Li Tian with his eyes without saying a word. As for those visitors from other provinces, they looked at their Muay Thai fighters in disbelief and talked with venomous faces. Text Chapter 99 Rejection. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Everyone's eyes were focused on Li Tian at this moment. Even the fat guy over there had his mouth wide open. Damn it, this kid killed that Muay Thai boxer with 1 move. There was utter disbelief in his voice. Shen Feng, who had been seriously injured just now, was also deeply shocked in the audience. Shen Feng, whose blood was surging in his chest, couldn't help laughing, watching Li Tian come down from the ring step by step. The people around him were shouting for Li Tian. The body of the dead Muay Thai boxer was quickly dragged out. No one on the field noticed the dead boxer anymore. They all gave their screams and crazy shouts to Li Tian. In the minds of these people, what they want is such an explosive effect. Only such an explosive scene can make their blood boil. Li Tian walked slowly down from the ring. He didn't seem to hear any sound in his ears. Where was his heart? It was all beating, bang, bang violently at this moment. His hands trembled. The first time he killed someone. Yes, it was the first time Li Tian killed someone himself. He was filled with fear and shock, so when he walked off the stage, he couldn't believe it was true. Brother. Shen Feng lay on the ground with difficulty and looked at Li Tian, who was walking over. Li Tian quickly went to help Shen Feng up. How are you? I'll take you to the hospital. Li Tian said that he would take Shen Feng to the hospital for treatment, but seeing Shen Feng shake his head, although his face was pale, he still smiled and said, You damn thing, why are you so powerful? You killed that bastard for me with your own hands. From today on, I, Shen Feng, owe you my life. Shen Feng put a hand on Li Tian's shoulder and said with a difficult smile. Li Tian smiled faintly. Stop talking, I'll take you to the hospital quickly. As he said this, he was about to send Shen Feng away. Does anyone know who that kid is? Among the crowd, they saw that 5th Master Feng had already walked down from the highest stand. The younger brothers standing behind him all shook their heads speechlessly, and no one knew. Kill that Muay Thai fighter with 1 move, that's interesting. Feng Wuye's mouth curved in a strange way, and he walked towards the front with a smile. The crowd over there was surrounding Li Tian. Even the fat man walked over quickly at this moment. He didn't even look at Shen Feng, nor did he care about Shen Feng's injury. He went up to greet Li Tian and said, "Hey, brother, what's your name?" Li Tian raised his eyes coldly and looked at the fat man. "To such a bastard who only cares about money and doesn't even care about friendship," Li Tian said directly, "none of your business." "You kid, how are you talking?" The paparazzi snorted coldly. Li Tian immediately raised his cold eyes and glanced at the paparazzi. The paparazzi couldn't help but take a step back, scared. Even the fat guy's expression changed. "You know, the Li Tian in front of him is a fierce man who can kill the Muay Thai guy with one punch." While they were talking, Master Feng Wu had already walked over with his men smiling. "Master Feng." "Hello, Master Feng." The people next to him were all saying hello to Mr. Feng Wu. Mr. Feng also waved to those people with a smile on his face. He focused his attention on Shen Feng and Li Tian. "Are you okay?" Feng Wuya asked, looking at the seriously injured Shen Feng lying on the ground. Shen Feng said in a flattered tone, "It's okay, just a little injury." "Thank you Master Feng for your concern." Feng Wuya smiled, "It's okay. Is this your brother?" Feng Wuya suddenly focused his eyes on Li Tian and asked Shen Feng. Shen Feng nodded. Feng Wuya stared at Li Tian and praised him with his tongue, "You are a good boy." Li Tian glanced at the guy called Master Feng by many people and didn't say a word. "This is my business card. If you have a chance, come and visit me at the Guangdong Club." Feng Wuye said as he took out a golden personal business card from his pocket. Everyone in the audience was stunned for a moment. Mr. Feng Wu personally gave him his business card. This is the first time, at least it's the first time in a place like a black market boxing match. Who among the people who come here does not know the identity of Master Feng? Who doesn't know that this underground boxing arena is run by Mr. Feng? But Master Feng gave a business card to a little guy today, and also said that he would let Li Tian come to his Guangdong Club to play when he had time. As we all know, Guangdong Club is Feng Ye's place. With this gold card, to put it bluntly, you can go in and out of the Guangdong Club sideways, eat, drink and have fun. You can choose any beautiful woman inside and sleep as you like without spending a penny. I am afraid that there will be no more than 20 people in the entire 9th district, and even in Kyoto City, who can have this gold card. Now Feng Wuye wants to give the gold card he carries with him to Li Tian. Of course this made the people next to him jealous. The fat man's eyes widened even more, and he couldn't believe it. But what about Li Tian? Staring at the gold card that fifth master held in the air, he suddenly said, "I appreciate your kindness, but this thing may be of no use to me, thank you." When Li Tian said these words, the whole audience was stunned. That fifth master was rejected for the first time, and the gold card he sent out was rejected. You know how many rich people dream of this card but can't even hope for it. Who can imagine that Li Tian doesn't even want it? Master Feng Wu held the gold card in his hand. His expression changed for a moment, but then he laughed and glanced at Li Tian with a lustful look. "Good." Feng Wuye uttered one word, and then slowly put the gold card in his hand into his pocket. No one around him dared to say a word. They were all looking at Feng Wuye, with a smile on his face. Feng Wuye straightened up, looked at Li Tian and said, "I hope to see you again in this boxing match." After finishing speaking, Feng Wuye suddenly turned around and walked towards the other side. Just when Feng Wuye turned around, several men in suits walked over to Feng Wuye. Who are those men in suits? If you look closely, aren't they just from other provinces who hired Thai boxers? Why did they suddenly come to find Master Feng? The men in suits who walked over had a great aura. At first glance, these men were extraordinary figures. Just from their clothes and attire, one could tell that these men were definitely not ordinary figures. Text Chapter 100 Duanmu Family. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. What stands out in particular is the man in the middle wearing a gray designer suit. He is not very tall, his hair is very thick and shiny, and his face has a rich air. As he walked over, he smiled and said hello to Master Feng. Feng Wuye didn't like these people from other provinces very much, so he just snorted without saying much. "Master Feng, when we first arrived in Kyoto, we didn't go to your house to visit first. It's really our fault. Please forgive me, Master Feng." The very tall man at the head said with a smile. Master Feng Wu sneered, "Visit? I, Feng Wu, can't afford it. I'm just a businessman. How can I have such a big reputation? That the man in the gray suit laughed. Master Feng is so humble. We have all heard of Master Feng's name in Jinghai City. Faced with the words of the man in the suit, Feng Wuye laughed out loud. The first reason we came here this time is to do business in Kyoto. The second thing? We want to come here and make friends with Mr. Feng. The man in the suit suddenly said. Master Feng Wu slowly turned his eyes and looked at the man in the suit. Making friends? I'm sorry, what I, Feng Wu, don't like the most is making friends with sinister people. Of course, this sinister villain is talking about this group of people who claim to be from Jinghai City. They hired Muay Thai fighters, and after admitting defeat in the ring, they also attacked others from behind, which was considered extremely cunning. Therefore, Master Feng directly rejected these visitors from other provinces. When those powerful people from other provinces heard what Master Feng said, their expressions changed drastically, especially the short man standing behind them. There was a long and narrow scar on the man's face, going straight from the corner of his eye, looking ferocious and dazzling. Coupled with that pair of fierce eyes, it made him look even more tough. He couldn't help but take a step forward. Just when the man with the scar on his face took a step forward, Meng Chong, who had been standing silently beside Feng Wuye, also took a step forward, staring coldly at the scarred face with a pair of cold eyes. Aha! Suddenly the very tall man in a provincial suit over there laughed. Does Master Feng really disdain being friends with people like us? Master Feng slowly turned his head and stared coldly at the man's face. Let me tell you again, I don't like to be friends with villains. Do you hear me clearly? The sound passed word by word into the ears of the foreigners over there. The whole air suddenly seemed to be condensed. No one spoke, even the breathing seemed to have stopped, and the whole place was filled with a strong smell of gunpowder. On one side is the underground fierce man from District 9, Feng Wuye, and on the other side is a foreigner of unknown origin. Such a collision will definitely be the most exciting scene. After Feng Wuye finished speaking, he turned around and left. Wait a minute. The foreigner over there suddenly said. Feng Wuye's eyes suddenly showed cold murderous intent, followed by Meng Chong and his younger brothers, who were all ready to take action at any time. Master Feng, is it so difficult for our Duanmu family to make friends with a person like Master Feng? Master Feng, as the saying goes, many friends lead to many paths. Today it is my boxer who is wrong. Here I, Duanmu, and Master Feng. As for today's boxing match, my Duanmu family will bear all the money lost today. Master Feng, is this okay? When the short man in front of him, who claimed to be from the Duanmu family, suddenly said these words, Master Feng's expression suddenly changed. Duanmu family? The Duanmu family, one of the four most famous families in the country, is the person coming here a member of the Duanmu family? Although Lord Feng Wu is based in Kyoto City, how can he not know about a big family like the Duanmu family? These people are actually members of the Duanmu family. So Master Feng turned his head as a matter of course, and the face that was filled with murderous intent just now suddenly turned into a kind smile. It turns out that people from the Duanmu family are here. I, Feng Wu, am really blind, As he said this, Master Feng Wu smiled and stretched out his hand to hold it tightly with the man who claimed to be Duanmu. The instant change of words made the younger brothers behind Master Feng stunned. Duanmu family? What kind of awesome family is this? Duanmu laughed and said, Master Feng, this little misunderstanding today, my Duanmu family still said the same thing, compensate for all losses here. No need, some small money, as the saying goes, no acquaintance without fighting, isn't it better now? Feng Wuye said with a smile. I'm happy today, and I finally made friends. Otherwise, you would have just arrived in Kyoto City. Otherwise, I would be Feng Wu's host. I'll invite you to the Guangdong Club today. Feng Wuye looked at the man who claimed to be a friend with a smile. Someone from the Duanmu family said. Duanmu smiled slightly. No need to trouble Master Feng. We will find a special day in the next few days to visit Master Feng at his residence. As for now, we still have some things to do. Okay. You must come over then. The two treacherous people were talking politely here. Master Feng, I want to ask, who is the person who killed my Muay Thai fighter with one punch tonight? Is he one of Master Feng? Duanmu suddenly looked at Li Tian over there with a pair of cold eyes. And Shen Feng Dao said, Master Feng laughed, you mean them? No. They are not my people. Is it? That kid beat my Muay Thai fighter to death on the field with one punch. He was really powerful. Duanmu said in a cold voice. Master Feng frowned and didn't say much. The biggest shame in our Duanmu family's life is to be defeated at the hands of others. This is the most forbidden thing, so Master Feng, I want you to do me a favor. Duanmu suddenly looked at Master Feng in front of him and said, Master Feng was slightly startled and said, as long as I can help, I will try my best to help. Master Feng can definitely help with this. Master Feng, I want you to arrange another boxing match. Then I will find another boxer to compete with that kid. I want to see how powerful he is. Duanmu said as he stood in front of him. Master Feng's face changed slightly. Is that so? Duanmu looked at Master Feng. What? Does Master Feng still have difficulties? Master Feng suddenly laughed. Okay, I will take care of this matter. I will arrange another boxing match as soon as possible, but... Duanmu didn't wait for Master Feng to finish speaking and said with a smile, Don't worry, Master Feng. Our Duanmu family will not do some villainous things. To be honest, the Thai guy just now is a newcomer. I don't understand the rules, that's why I did something like that. I, Duanmu, swear here on the credibility of our family that this competition will definitely be fair. Haha, that's good. Master Feng laughed.